Alright, this video is on reblasting or programming motors for the pulse system. The first thing you want to do is locate this icon. This is called your NC host. Open that up. The next thing you want to do is type in the IP address up here to the node controller that and you can go status. I always do control. Hit connect. As soon as you connect, it'll come up, it'll show you what vehicles are out there. You have your status and your status window, which is down here. Go to the station of HMI, make sure all the cycles are complete. Preferably put it in manual mode, and then also pop the gate for that area. This will ensure that they won't start back up. What I usually do then is you'll look over here, you have, if you can read it, it's launch status windows. I go to PAS, I open that up, and I make sure it's suspended or fast stopped. Suspended or fast stop will be satisfactory at this point. Next, you just open up your browser. Once again, type in the IP address for the one you want to get to. Username and password is always admin lowercase. And that'll bring you up to this screen. Now what we're looking for is upgrade software. You can see that, click on there. And then when you scroll to the bottom, this will list all your motors and paths. It'll tell you how many paths, also tells you how many motors are in that path. Usually we have the station labeled out, and you have masters and slaves. Now, you can't mess this up, so let's just say I want to program masters right now. So I put a checkbox in there, and I say program. Right away, it just says failed. Basically, it's telling you it's in an operational state. This is no big deal. You go back to upgrade software, shrink out your Internet Explorer. Now, if you come back over here, we're online. Just have path set to 0 and do a reset. You'll watch your path go into reset, and because you have the gate open and you're in manual, it should come back to the initial state. Now that we're in the initial state, we come back, do the same thing. Usually I would just say program everything in there, but if honestly, you can do just the path that you have replaced a motor on or a motor controller. So now that I just selected both of these, I'm on masters, and I'm going to say select program. What it's doing now is reblasting the motor controllers and aligning them up with the motors that are out there. So we just let it finish and wait. It says success on the one, and then it'll say everything's successful. Go ahead and click out of that. Then go back to upgrade software, come down. When you do the slaves, these are actually the motors themselves, but I always recommend just doing masters and slaves. Hit again, and you'll watch it go across. It's all complete. Same thing, banner comes up and says successful. Hit OK. Usually from there I go to reboot controller. You can restart services or reboot controller. Usually restarting services is satisfactory. If you do this and you still have issues, try the reboot controller. Right now we'll do that. It comes up right away, everything comes up green, and we should be good to go. Now what you can do is you can go ahead and shrink down your Internet Explorer. And when you come back here, you'll notice it's a little grayed out and the connect is highlighted again because you will have to reconnect. So we come up, everything's good there, and our pads say, hey, we're still in initiates right here. So the other option you have is you can do startup from here, or you can just leave this screen open and we'll go to the HMI. Coming back to the HMI, we're still in manual. I'll go ahead and put the gates back up. Then I'll sit there and reset the gates. You have your faults come up in alarms. I just go ahead, hit reset a couple times, and then what you want to do is start up. Everything comes up okay. We're out of position, no big deal. I just hit index local. We're green. Technically, I should be able to go back to auto. Click auto. Hold it. And you're moving again. So that's a quick review on how to blast your motors or reprogram motors or motor controllers.